Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are diving deep into two of the most fascinating and widely discussed denominations in modern European currency, the €2 coin and the €5 coin, exploring their history, design philosophy, circulation role, collector value, and why these coins have become so important not only for everyday transactions but also for modern numismatics. Because when the euro officially entered circulation in 2002, it was not just a new currency but a bold economic and cultural experiment uniting multiple nations under a single monetary system governed by the European Central Bank. And among all euro denominations, the €2 coin quickly emerged as the most powerful circulating coin due to its high face value, distinctive bimetallic construction, and unique legal status that allows it to feature commemorative designs, making it instantly attractive to collectors, historians, and the general public alike, as the coin combines a nickel-brass outer ring with a copper-nickel inner core specifically engineered for durability, anti-counterfeiting, and easy recognition, while its reverse side remains uniform across the Eurozone, showing a map of Europe symbolizing unity and shared economic destiny. Yet its obverse side is where individuality shines because each issuing country is permitted to display its own national symbols, leaders, architecture, or cultural icons, effectively turning a single denomination into dozens of different collectible designs. Issued by countries such as Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Greece, and many others, and this dual identity is exactly what transformed the €2 coin into a global collecting phenomenon, especially when circulating commemorative issues were introduced to honor historical anniversaries, political milestones, and cultural achievements, with some issues struck in limited quantities that were unevenly released across regions, leading to immediate scarcity and long-term value growth, particularly coins issued by microstates like Monaco, Vatican City, and San Marino, which often sell for many times their face value due to extremely low mintages. And while most €2 coins found in pocket change remain worth exactly €2, collectors know that condition is everything because uncirculated examples, proof versions, mint errors, and special commemoratives can command significant premiums, proving that modern coins can still be valuable when history, design, and rarity intersect. And beyond collecting, the €2 coin plays a crucial psychological role as a symbol of trust in the euro system itself, being frequently used in daily transactions and serving as a constant reminder of European cooperation, economic integration, and shared identity, while the €5 coin represents a completely different philosophy within the same currency system, as it is primarily issued as a commemorative legal tender coin rather than a piece intended for everyday circulation, allowing national mints to experiment with materials, themes, and cutting-edge technology in ways that would never be practical for standard coins. And this freedom has resulted in some of the most innovative coin designs of the modern era, particularly from countries like Germany, which introduced groundbreaking €5 coins featuring polymer rings, translucent elements, and symbolic color coding designed to represent environmental protection, climate zones, and scientific concepts, effectively redefining what a coin can be in the 21st century. And although these €5 coins are legally spendable, their collector-oriented distribution means they are rarely seen in circulation, as most are sold directly to collectors in presentation packaging and preserved for their artistic merit, limited mintages, and long-term value potential, and because supply is controlled and demand is strong. Many €5 issues begin trading above face value almost immediately after release, especially those tied to popular themes, innovative materials, or visually striking designs, and when viewed together the €2 and €5 coins perfectly illustrate the two sides of modern euro coinage, one serving as a workhorse of daily commerce that also offers rich collecting opportunities through national and commemorative variety, and the other acting as a showcase for artistic experimentation and numismatic innovation, both reflecting how money can be functional, symbolic, and collectible at the same time, making these denominations essential subjects for any serious collector or curious enthusiast who wants to understand not just the value of coins, but the stories, ideas, and ambitions they represent in a modern world. And that is exactly why the €2 and €5 coins continue to grow in popularity, relevance, and fascination among collectors across the globe. Today the story goes deeper by looking beyond surface designs and into how the €2 and €5 coins function as instruments of history, politics, and long-term value. Because coins are never just metal, they are messages frozen in time, and the €2 coin in particular has become a moving historical record of Europe's modern era, with each commemorative issue acting like a miniature monument that travels through millions of hands, celebrating treaties, anniversaries of independence, constitutional milestones, cultural heritage, and influential personalities, all while remaining legal tender under the authority of the European Central Bank. And what makes this especially powerful is the fact that these commemorative €2 coins are not locked away in museums but are released into everyday circulation, meaning a person buying coffee or groceries could unknowingly be holding a piece of modern European history, and this everyday accessibility is one of the main reasons. Collectors became so passionate about this denomination because, unlike traditional commemorative coins that are expensive and inaccessible, the €2 allows anyone to start collecting with minimal cost, yet still offers the thrill of discovery, especially when rare issues appear unexpectedly in circulation, and over time collectors began to notice that certain issues stood out, either because of low mintages, unique themes, or strong emotional connections to national history, which caused prices to rise steadily on the secondary market, especially when coins were preserved in uncirculated condition, and this naturally led to a deeper appreciation of minting quality, striking techniques, and the subtle differences between coins produced by different national mints, as even though the reverse side is standardized, variations in relief sharpness, surface finish, and edge lettering can significantly affect desirability, and this attention to detail transformed casual collectors into serious numismatists who began studying euro coins with the same intensity once reserved for ancient or medieval coinage, while at the same time the €5 coin evolved as a completely different expression of value and intent, because rather than documenting shared history through mass circulation, it focuses on showcasing innovation, symbolism, and national creativity through controlled releases. And this is where modern numismatics truly enters a new phase, as the €5 coin demonstrates that even in an age of digital payments and contactless transactions, physical money can still surprise, inspire, and command respect, especially when unconventional materials like polymers, colored elements, and layered structures are introduced, challenging the traditional definition of what a coin should be, and this experimentation is not just artistic but philosophical, reflecting modern concerns such as environmental awareness, climate change, scientific progress, and social responsibility, themes that resonate strongly with contemporary collectors who see these coins as artifacts of their own time rather than relics of the distant past. And because these €5 coins are typically sold directly to collectors with limited mintages, their value trajectory is often more predictable than circulating coins, with many issues appreciating steadily as availability decreases and demand grows, particularly among international buyers who view them as innovative European collectibles rather than simple legal tender. And when comparing both denominations side by side, it becomes clear that the €2 coin represents accessibility, unity, and shared memory, while the €5 coin represents creativity, experimentation, and future-focused design, together forming a complete picture of how the euro system balances practicality with symbolism, mass use with exclusivity, and tradition with innovation, proving that modern coins still matter deeply in a world increasingly dominated by digital currency, not just as tools of exchange but as storytellers, educators, and bridges between nations, cultures, and generations. As collectors move further into the world of euro coinage, understanding value becomes less about face denomination and more about context, scarcity, and narrative, and this is where both the €2 and €5 coins reveal their deeper numismatic importance, because value in modern coins is no longer driven purely by precious metal content but by demand shaped through history, design, and controlled supply. And with the €2 coin, the most powerful driver of value is mintage combined with distribution, since some commemorative issues were technically released into circulation but in practice remained concentrated within their issuing countries, meaning collectors outside those regions faced immediate scarcity, and over time this imbalance created a strong secondary market where certain issues rose far above face value, particularly when collectors realized that condition played a decisive role, as coins that entered circulation often suffered wear, scratches, and contact marks, making pristine uncirculated examples significantly rarer than the official mintage figures suggest. And this gap between theoretical availability and real-world condition scarcity is one of the most important concepts for anyone serious about euro coin collecting, because it explains why two coins with identical mintages can have drastically different market values. And alongside this, the role of official mint sets and proof versions became crucial, as these preserved the coins exactly as struck, often with enhanced finishes and careful packaging, appealing to collectors who prioritize long-term preservation and investment potential, while the €5 coin operates under a different value logic altogether, as its pricing is influenced not by circulation survival but by initial issue strategy, thematic popularity, and technological novelty. Because many €5 coins are released with fixed collector prices that already sit above face value, reflecting production complexity and presentation quality, and once these sell out at the issuing mint, prices on the secondary market are driven almost entirely by collector demand, which can rise sharply if a particular theme resonates internationally, such as environmental protection, national heritage, or groundbreaking material use. And this collector-driven ecosystem is closely linked to trust in the broader euro system overseen by institutions like the European Central Bank, because confidence in the stability and longevity of the euro encourages collectors to treat these coins not as temporary novelties but as lasting cultural artifacts, and beyond monetary value there is also an educational dimension, as both denominations have introduced millions of people to numismatics for the first time, especially younger collectors who may never have handled older silver or gold coins, yet find the designs, colors, and stories behind euro commemoratives immediately engaging, and this generational shift is important because it ensures the future of coin collecting itself, proving that the hobby can evolve alongside modern society rather than fading away, and when viewed through this lens, the 2 euro coin becomes a gateway into history through everyday discovery, while the 5 euro coin becomes a curated experience designed to inspire appreciation for art, science, and national identity. And together they demonstrate how a modern currency can successfully balance mass circulation with elite collectability, ensuring that coins remain relevant, meaningful. Another critical dimension that shapes how collectors and historians view the 2 euro and 5 euro coins is their role as symbols of unity and identity within the broader framework of the European Union, because unlike older national currencies that spoke only to domestic audiences, euro coins are designed to communicate across borders, languages, and cultures. And this shared platform gives even small design choices extraordinary significance, especially on the 2 euro coin where the national side allows each country to express its heritage while remaining part of a common monetary family, creating a fascinating tension between individuality and unity that collectors find endlessly compelling, and this becomes even more pronounced when examining commemorative issues that mark major political or historical events, as these coins often serve as official narratives, subtly reinforcing how nations wish to be remembered within the European story, while at the same time circulating freely among other member states, effectively exporting national memory into everyday European life, and this constant movement transforms the 2 euro coin into a living document, one that evolves year by year as new themes emerge and old ones fade, reflecting shifting priorities, anniversaries, and values, whereas the 5 euro coin approaches identity from a more deliberate and experimental angle, using limited mintages and advanced production techniques to explore ideas that might be too complex or symbolic for circulating coinage, such as abstract concepts of sustainability, scientific innovation, or social awareness, and because these coins are often released with extensive explanatory material, they encourage deeper engagement, inviting collectors to reflect not just on aesthetics but on meaning, purpose, and context, which elevates them beyond simple collectibles into conversation pieces and educational tools, and this layered significance is one of the reasons modern euro coinage has gained increasing respect among traditional numismatists who once dismissed modern coins as uninteresting, because when studied closely, these issues reveal the same depth of intention, symbolism, and craftsmanship found in classical coinage, just expressed through contemporary themes and materials. And importantly, the interaction between circulating 2 euro coins and non-circulating 5 euro issues creates a balanced ecosystem where curiosity sparked by everyday finds often leads collectors toward more specialized releases, gradually deepening their knowledge and commitment to the hobby, and this progression mirrors the broader evolution of money itself, moving from purely functional objects toward carriers of identity and values, and as digital payments continue to rise, the continued popularity of these physical coins sends a powerful message that tangible currency still holds emotional and cultural weight, serving as a reminder that money is not only about transactions but about shared history, collective memory, and human connection, all of which are quietly preserved and passed on through the humble yet remarkably expressive forms of the 2 euro and 5 euro coins. As the story continues to unfold, it becomes impossible to ignore how the long-term future of the 2 euro and 5 euro coins is closely tied to changing habits, technology, and the emotional relationship people have with physical money, because while digital payments and mobile wallets are becoming dominant in daily life, coins continue to survive by offering something digital systems cannot replicate, which is tangibility, permanence, and a sense of ownership that feels personal and real, and the 2 euro coin in particular has adapted quietly but effectively to this changing world by remaining useful in circulation while simultaneously evolving into a collectible canvas that documents Europe's modern history year after year, ensuring that even as cash usage declines, these coins are still actively sought, studied, and preserved, especially by collectors who recognize that future scarcity may not come from low mintages alone, but from reduced circulation as societies move further toward cashless transactions, and this shift could dramatically increase the numismatic importance of well-preserved examples, since fewer coins changing hands means fewer opportunities to find high-quality pieces later, a pattern already observed in countries where cash usage has sharply declined, while the 5 euro coin represents an even clearer signal of how coinage is adapting to remain relevant, because it is no longer designed primarily for spending but for storytelling, innovation, and long-term appreciation, embracing its role as a collectible from the moment of release, often produced with advanced materials, striking techniques, and presentation styles that rival metals and art objects, and this deliberate positioning reflects confidence in the euro system itself, supported by institutions like the European Central Bank, which ensures monetary stability and encourages trust among collectors that these coins will retain legitimacy and cultural relevance for decades to come. And beyond institutional trust, there is also a human factor at play, as collectors increasingly view these coins as time capsules of their own era, capturing concerns, achievements, and identities that future generations will study, much like we examine ancient Roman or medieval European coinage today. And this forward-looking perspective is what transforms modern euro coins from everyday objects into historical witnesses, because every design choice, theme selection, and material experiment reflects the mindset of the society that created it, whether that be a focus on unity, environmental responsibility, scientific progress, or cultural diversity. And when these elements are combined across both denominations, a powerful narrative emerges in which the 2 euro coin serves as a democratic storyteller accessible to everyone, while the 5 euro coin acts as a curated archive of ideas preserved in metal and modern materials, together ensuring that even in a rapidly digitizing world, physical money continues to matter not just economically but culturally, emotionally, and historically, offering future collectors a rich and meaningful legacy to explore.
In the final layer of this discussion, the lasting legacy of the 2 euro and 5 euro coins can be understood not only through their designs and values, but through the way they connect ordinary people to history, culture, and collecting in a deeply personal way, because for many collectors the journey begins with a simple moment of curiosity. Perhaps noticing an unfamiliar 2 euro coin in everyday change and wondering why it looks different, what it represents and where it came from, and that small question often opens the door to a much larger world of numismatics, where learning about mintages, themes, and issuing countries becomes a rewarding pursuit rather than a technical exercise. And this accessibility is one of the greatest strengths of the 2 euro coin, as it allows anyone, regardless of background or budget, to participate in collecting and historical discovery, while at the same time offering advanced collectors endless depth through condition rarity, special finishes, and long-term market trends, whereas the 5 euro coin speaks to a different but equally important aspect of the hobby, appealing to those who appreciate intentional design, limited availability, and the idea of owning something preserved from the very beginning as a cultural artifact. And because these coins are often issued with strong narratives and innovative materials, they encourage collectors to slow down, study, and reflect, transforming collecting from accumulation into appreciation. And together, these two denominations illustrate how modern coinage can successfully serve multiple roles at once, functioning as money, art, history, and memory, all within the stable framework of the euro system upheld by the European Central Bank. And as time moves forward and physical cash becomes less common, the emotional value of these coins may grow even stronger, as they come to represent a tangible link to a period when money could be held, examined, and passed from hand to hand, carrying stories with it. And this emotional resonance is likely to be what future generations value most, not just the market price or rarity, but the connection to a shared European experience captured in metal, color, and design. And when viewed in this way, the 2 euro and 5 euro coins are not merely modern currency issues, but living records of a continent's evolving identity, preserved for collectors today and historians of tomorrow. And as collectors continue to study, protect, and pass on these coins, they ensure that the stories embedded within them will endure long after the last physical euro has left circulation. And it is in this enduring legacy that the true value of these coins ultimately resides, making them far more than their denominations suggest. And as always, thanks for watching.